How's it going, everyone? So I thought I would cover this story because it's getting a lot of traction right now, and that is the element of targeted offers or bonus offers on the PlayStation Store. It looks like a Reddit thread has made this to be a big story, when it did already exist to an extent as far as different people having different offers on the PlayStation Store, but I think this is another territory that we walk into when we don't fully comprehend everything that we are giving up as we move more and more into the digital ecosystem and the digital world of gaming, where you are foregoing a lot of power or even more power to the platform holder. And, I think a lot of us are coming to the realization of how much power we do give away, but it's a slow thing. As more and more people go digital, PlayStation has more and more power. So this was brought up on Reddit, but I'll talk about why this has existed for a while beyond that. But a user noted, was excited to finally purchase Red Dead Redemption 2 until I realized the price was lower on my wife's account. My wife doesn't play much, and so buying it on her account may not be the best decision to keep everything easily accessible for me. Seeing this soured me on buying it quite a bit, and for reference, same region, same PlayStation, same currency, etc. less. It's essentially a targeted offer. I know the terminology dynamic pricing is being used, and again, I'm not here to break down the terminology, but it's essentially, from my vantage point, this user's wife doesn't play a lot of video games, so they up the offer in terms of getting her foot in the door to potentially buy that video game, whereas on this user's account, because it is seen that he constantly buys video games, oh, we can get that $19.99 out of you. That does rub me the wrong way a little bit, because you're talking about punishing the people that are most committed into your platform, and maybe that's a Rockstar decision, maybe that's a PlayStation decision. But let me bring this up, because while a lot of people view this as, oh, this is the first time this is happening, no, it is not. No, it is not. This is the first time this is happening. I don't know if this happened with other games in the past. However, this has been happening with PlayStation Plus, and I follow the PlayStation Plus pricing, and we're gonna do a video talking about Black Friday and the PS Plus deals coming up. And if you guys haven't noticed, the PS Plus deals now are essentially targeted offers where different people are getting different offers depending on how long you have been subscribed to PlayStation Plus, if you are subscribed to PlayStation Plus, how long you've been unsubscribed to PlayStation Plus, and so on and so forth. For example, if you've been a long-time subscriber to PlayStation Plus Premium, you are the most committed to PlayStation as a platform. Guess what? You're also probably the one that's probably not going to be getting a deal on PlayStation Plus, because they've got your foot in the door, they got your money, and it's not about giving you a deal. They don't want to give you a deal. They're getting your money. Why they discount Plus is to get people's foot in the door, either into a higher tier or making them be a PlayStation Plus subscriber for the first time. That's where the PlayStation Plus deals have shifted, and I think a lot of people are coming up on Black Friday and they're going to be very disappointed. I know years and years ago, the mentality was, dude, I just re-up my Plus subscription every year on Black Friday, get that 30-40% off, and I'm golden for the year. Nah, that don't exist no more. It looks like it doesn't, it's not going to exist as much anymore. That was the case last year, because there comes a point in time where PlayStation, they wanted people to be invested into PlayStation Plus. But now comes the time, we got a lot of people's investment. It's not about that anymore. It's about getting your money, and that goes for the games as well. When you're talking about having that level of investment from a certain consumer base, we're going to continue trying to get your money. It's about giving the better deals to the people that aren't invested into the ecosystem to get their foot in the door more, get them buying some games, and hopefully get them to continue buying more and more games. Hey, if we get them to buy a game like Red Dead Redemption 2, get that a little bit cheaper at $14.99, man, that's one of the greatest games of all time. Maybe that'll get them more into gaming, and they'll end up spending more money, and at that point, once they're invested into that ecosystem, all right, enough targeted deals for you. You ain't gonna be getting that no more. Now, we'll offer the targeted deals to other people. It makes sense when you break it down that way, but from an optics standpoint of the most committed players within an ecosystem not getting the deals, if that's how this is being structured from, I don't know, I guess it's done by an algorithm, that's what I would assume, that's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, a little bit, it's very much a bummer, and it really paints an interesting picture going forward, because again, who is dictating the value of these games when it comes from the digital landscape? And you're gonna hear me talk about it a lot when it comes to physical games these days. And I don't know why it took me all this time to have this awakening over the past couple of weeks and really couple of months that, like, man, I really want to get back into buying physical games, and for a long time I was okay with digital games, and I was buying digital games, and I was getting a lot of digital games, and there's still digital games that I'm gonna buy, especially the ones that are very cheap, the ones that are south of $10, south of $15, but when you get to the heftier and heftier price points, digital gaming to me is something I'm being more and more pushed away from. I just bought Ninja Gaiden 4, and I bought the $70 complete copy of that game on disc. I say that because it's a Microsoft published game, and Microsoft has been one of the more whack publishers when it comes to having all the content on disc. Guess what else I bought? Tales of Xillia Remastered. Decided to buy that, all the content on disc. And you're gonna be hearing about me doing that more and more, and I'm jumping on the train. I'm jumping on the train with all of you guys that have been in the comment section, because what you have to understand is, already being on PlayStation, we're giving PlayStation a certain level of power. We're investing into their ecosystem. Going all digital, we're giving them more power over us, and more power over us, and more power over us. And I wonder, there comes a time in my life where I'm not gonna be in this world anymore, and what is gonna happen to my account? What is the value of that account? And I don't know. I don't think there is any value to that account, at least if I have physical copies. Somebody is going to have that copy. You know what happens to a digital account with that money I've invested into it? Guess what? Sony's gonna keep that money, and they're going to be able to continue to grow and grow and grow, and my account is gonna be gone with the wind one day, and who knows how long PlayStation's gonna be around. But again, this instance and this topic that people are discussing, I feel like is more emblematic of this power that PlayStation has over us. And it's not like targeted offers is this completely new thing. This is, I'm sure it's happening on Amazon. I'm sure, you know, online e-tailers are having this as well. However, when it comes to physical content, there is a marketplace where multiple people are judging the value of an item. When it comes to this digital item, it is completely up to PlayStation. They are the ones that hold the market and the key, and the publisher, of course, in terms of dictating the price points. And I remember something, and I bring it up all the time, Konami with Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, and that was one of the most eye-opening examples to me, where that game digitally was $42 for the longest time, and it was regularly going on sale for the physical copy of the game for $19.99. Like, that's one of the more egregious examples, but that happens, and you're gonna see that a lot come Black Friday. I'm telling you guys, you are going to see physical copies of games be heavily discounted. Bro, we already saw it with Chronos the New Dawn. Chronos the New Dawn digitally is seeing these discounts at $51, 15% off. Nice little deal for a game that came out 2 months ago. Guess what? Best Buy and Amazon already got that game for $39.99, and you're talking about the physical copy that you could trade in being $10 cheaper than the digital copy that you're locked into it being on your account. Like, think about these things, you guys, and I get it. The convenience is great. We need to have space, or a lot of people need space, and I'm not going to argue with that if that's your situation, but also realize that there is this level of value and ultimately a level of power that you are sacrificing when you are going that digital route. It's one thing where, you know, if you want to buy a Scarlet Nexus for $8 or $10 on the PlayStation Store, alright, it's an $8 to $10 game. I understand that to an extent. You know, the physical copy might be more expensive. You're still investing into something that, from a value standpoint, not really there, but, you know, the experience has value. I get that. But when it's about the $70 games, you know, buying the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eaters, and for example, the Delta Snake Eaters of the world with the fake early access that you spend $80 on, and you're getting a digital copy. You got that fake early access that was only available digitally. Well, where's the value in that? And again, the power is going more and more into the publisher and into PlayStation, into having methods like this where they're not gonna give you the offers as somebody that's committed into the ecosystem. You buying all your games digitally, that's your commitment. You're getting more committed into that ecosystem. Do you think they're gonna value that commitment? I would argue probably not. Rather, they would try to offer good deals to those that they're trying to get that commitment from. And who knows what it can spiral into, but, you know, as I've been thinking about it more and more, and who knows, my thought process might change in the future, my life situation might change in the future, I might be strapped for space and I can't have a lot of physical games or whatnot, and things might change, but as long as I can, I do want to keep physical games around. And I know I'm kind of late to the party here, and it's certainly been a topic that I've talked about. It's just, personally speaking, it hasn't meant as much to me as it does now. But when you see stories like this and the idea of giving up a lot of power to that platform holder, to PlayStation, where we already give them a lot of power by being on PlayStation, by requiring a PlayStation Plus subscription to play online, by buying our games on PlayStation. PlayStation is making a lot of money, but when you go all digital, you're giving them even more power, which I don't know if I'm really all that comfortable in doing anymore. But you know, Microsoft's gonna do what Microsoft's gonna do, and they're not even gonna offer their games all on disc. Indiana Jones, a game that I would love to have a true physical copy of. Oblivion Remastered, a game that I would love to have a true physical copy of, and so on and so forth. And again, this story, I just feel like, is emblematic of a potential greater issue that could happen if and when we do go all digital. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Wanted to cover this story, and I know I went on a little bit of a tangent, but, you know, that physical games tangent is something that you guys might be having to hear about a little bit more. And, you know, if you're into digital gaming, more power to you. I get the convenience. I get all that. But that'll do it for me. Sound off down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.